picked it up. He went through all sorts of problems in the pre-season leading up to it with Rodrigo, and they were going back and forward between Singapore and Valencia. Bad scenes for me. I lost a good coach.
Close. Cannons, but curls.
Exquisite first touch there, and wonderful technique, but just headed that one away himself there.
And that's showing a little bit of what Benzema brings to the table, able to leave that center channel and create for others. Ball in for James Rodriguez.
Lovely touch header there by Carlos Clerc.
Getting back to the Marcelino situation, he said he was actually called in last year by the Valencia Brain Trust. Curling ball for Benzema. Vesa gets ahead to it. And pretty much, in his words, told not to win the Copa del Rey because they were afraid that it would stretch their limited resources and cost them a Champions League berth. Ball driven inside, deflected, carries across, and Marcelo to the rescue.
Good tracking back by Marcelo. He's got to get back in his defensive hole, and did so beautifully, focusing on that left side of the attack. Marcelo seeing it all develop and covering around his captain.
Rolls into the middle. Back comes Jose Lu. Again, they did go on to win the Cup, as you mentioned, right? But they also qualified for the Champions League, so you'd figure everything would be fine. But Marcelino thinks that they were not happy with him disobeying.
Who knows, man?
So they bring in the former Real Madrid assistant, Alberto Salades, the former midfielder on the national team.
He's a good coach, but the players coming out of Valencia really up in arms about it all. And the Real Madrid and Levante fans saying concentrate on this game, but I think it's a loss for La Liga of what happened to Valencia's setup, Phil. Remember the bad days when other coaches, let's just say, English coaches in particular, took over and created an absolute train wreck of that club. Marcelino stepped in, and anyway, he's gone, and I think we're all worse off for his loss.
This will be an in-swinger. Courtois plays his line. Marcelino also said he doesn't expect to get back to work in a while. He's going to take some time off.
I bet.
Nice by Vinicius. But can't follow up, and Levante takes advantage.
Tries to sneak it in through to the ex-Envigado man again there. He's unlucky not to find James, because was the first domino to fall from Vinicius. It would have opened up a lot of extra avenues. Beautiful weather.
Makes you a little homesick, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Tear in the eye, Phil.
Still early days. Real Madrid just one victory and two draws. The lone home game coming in today was that 1-1 against Valladolid. Atletico Madrid, their crosstown foes, have been outstanding out of the gate. Marcelo to the young Brazilian. And again into the 18. But one-footed, tries to lift it up and blocked out.
Ruben Vezo gambles here. He takes a step back away. The Portuguese youth international, Vezo, stepping away from 2 balls on the pitch.
Ball curled in, and the referee letting play on. Down goes Kroos. Second chance, and he lifts it up and over.
Not so sure. The referee should have stopped this here.
Player down, but
wonderful play from Vinicius and Marcelo. Ball gets played in. It's a lovely rainbow pass played over, and then Vezo's got a decision to make. Do I stay off Vinicius Jr., which he did, and then he gave him the space, and all sorts of problems happening there.
Sergio Ramos looking ready. This will curl away. Can't get past the first defender. Borja getting the job done.
Great header from Casemiro, and then a good catapult hit by Toni Kroos again, still adjusting his crosshairs for the accuracy.
Rain starting to pick up in intensity. making things interesting for the keepers.
And the keeper, Aitor Fernandez, having a good game. You need your goalkeeper to have not just a good game, but a stellar performance if you want to come out of this Lions den with anything. They've got one in Aitor today. Feeds its way through the team, the confidence. When you're seeing your goalkeeper up to snuff.
With Kroos and Hamas, that changes the dynamic a bit. Not as wide in support in the midfield as when Modric is out there. A little bit more linear.
Space, time.
Zamiro trying to sneak it through, blocked away. Campagna. Sheena actually dropping back in the midfield as Vukcevic getting knocked down.
By Casemiro here, and Vukcevic, here's the price for. That's a nasty challenge. Once it gets away, Casemiro knows what he's doing, and it ain't legal.
Mentioned Atletico Madrid's quick start. Ray, they've won their first 3. You know the last time they won their first 3 games? 2014, when they went on to win the title. You know the time before that they won their first 3. 1996, when they won the double. So still might be early, but Atletico throwing the gauntlet down. Out wide. They're trying to cut to the inside, but can't.
Good combination defending there with Dani Carvajal and Big Rafa. You know, enjoy that, Zidane, covering for one another. They still look a sparkly team, the Frogs here. Full of threat, 20 minutes in. Going to have to climb up this wet ladder today here, where the crowd is expecting, again, after that 3-1 win against Celta Vigo, Phil, they were absolutely radiant that day, and Gareth Bale leading the way. It's Vinicius Jr. now. Every time he gets the ball, the crowd expect good ball. Took a bloop.
Across Hamas, who goes down. Well off his line, Fernandez.
That's why he's a goalkeeper.
The Burgos trying to keep things inside the pot. Is there enough contact? Ref and VAR not thinking so. Thomas trying to.
What a ball.
Benzema! Is there enough contact?
By Aitor. What a strike! What a pass! What La Liga Santander football at its radiant best. Beautiful build-up. Aitor again. I told you, man, he's at the top of his footballing tree today. And it is a sequoia. Beautiful ball from Marcelo to Benzema, and in a blink of a bee's eye,
Vinicius.
Magic strike at goal.
Cuts back to his right. Almost drops it in. Cleared by Duarte.
He played Carvajal again. Handball.
Ref says no. Borja. Oh, nice dribbling. Showing he's more than just a one-way player. Dribbling into traffic, though. In for Vasquez. Gets it around the keeper, but not inside the post.
Nikola Vukovic here fills his pants. Terrible giveaway. And that's a desperate, wonderful last-ditch tackle in the end. Beautiful reading of it. There's the magnificent big red octopus on the line there. Aitor Fernandez displaying his goods. Ooh, look at this.
Quickly taken, near post, Vasquez, over Fernandez, just to touch the 6-foot keeper, and he'll grab the rebound.
Magic play again from Lucas Vasquez. There's so much to love. Here's another look at this one of contact. Maybe ignored, just as the handball after that was ignored. Helter-skelter football going on here in front of us. replay booth can't keep up with it. Just so many thrills and spills in front of goal, and it's happened at both ends of the pitch. But Levante beginning to come under pressure here.
Maybe to a fault at this point of his young career, liking to cut back to his right. Carvajal kissing it off was Hamas, but intercepting
good ball from Casemiro.
Nice from Clerc.
First bad touch from Lucas Vázquez the whole game, and he hears it immediately from the crowd.
Casemiro across. Marcelo steps up. Vinicius calls. And Kroos delivers. Deflected, cleared by Vesa. Vinicius hurdling the challenge.
Good ball from Ramos.
Bouncing ball, but handling it on the hop, Fernandez. Aitor's been busy.
He's been damn good, hasn't he? Ex-Numancia man. Villarreal reserve for a long time. Paco knows him.
That one carries over Jose Lu. Morales, a sneaky player. He's faster than he looks. 32, but he never really got his professional career underway until making a La Liga debut at the tender age of 26. In fact, he kind of jokes about it. Like when he was 10 or 11, tried out for Real Madrid a couple of times. Each time they said, no thanks. And he has caused problems for Real and Barca in recent years for Levante. Even to the point of, as a late bloomer, being considered for the national team. Vázquez. Carvajal. Curling ball, Benzema! And he will finish imperially.
Dani Carvajal absolutely puts this one on a golden altar. But then the Big Benz has got a lot to do. And it's a beautiful glancing header. And his Karim rises to the top yet again. It's a beautiful ball from Carvajal. Started out quickly. And then this ball just gets pulled back there, and then the left foot delivery is magisterial. Look at this, the weight, the height, the perfection of the pass. It certainly beats Duarte, and that's who he's got to beat to find the big head of the Frenchman. And no chance for Aitor. Look at this again. Beautiful for Real Madrid. Undone, Levante, by exquisite supply by the ex-Bayer Leverkusen man, Dani Carvajal.
Tangle in the middle. Mayoral goes down, no whistle. Real quickly to the fore again. Vinicius to his right. Laid back for Kroos. Vázquez. Almost. Benzema was ready to pull the trigger again. Vinicius from the right. He says he wants to play more to try and broaden his skills.
This 4-3-3 today is absolutely vibrant for Real Madrid. It's the one that Zidane has continually went back to. But when the wing-backs, like Marcelo and Carvajal, are in their sparkling best, it can turn into a variety of formations, and they're all fitting in nicely. James a little bit sloppy there with a couple of passes in here and it, but there's a good rhythm now being developed and good movement and confidence with Los Blancos.
Back, rain continuing to spit down. Lopez trying to build a dam, but now that it's literally leaking, and they maintain their composure. Trying to spin away, but into traffic and saved by the foul call against Hamas.
Is it Hamas or is it Lucas Vasquez? I think the referee allows the first one to continue right here, and it is a double challenge from Real Madrid players. Well, it's a competition all the time for those sacred white shirts for any player in any squad of Real Madrid. Maybe more so this year than for quite a while, Phil. The imported players. Oh, that's a naughty tackle. Is this a card? Yeah.
And it will be against the Brazilian.
Yeah, he makes his mind up early, and under these conditions, he doesn't pull out. Even Sergio Ramos recognises it and doesn't get the ball. There's not truly too much malice in it, but it's a reckless tackle, and he's out of control with the challenge. Good referee, and Casemiro and his captain knew it. But the amount of players competing for places, Phil, when you look at that raft of world-class talent that is in injury situation or just unable to get into the team right now, it's pretty amazing. Got a lot of balls to juggle, has Zinedine Zidane.
Anya getting set to put this one back. Courtois peering through the raindrops.
Yeah, competition for that space is pretty much being taken care of.
It will be interesting. I figure Ariola still has to earn his stripes.
Good goalkeeper, no question.
Sounds like Ramos wanted play to continue for the break. So looking for a piggyback ride. By the way, you talk about juggling world-class players. There's one ball that always seems to be in Zinedine Zidane's hand, even though for years some of the Real Madrid faithful have been looking to throw it away, and that's Karim Benzema. Right, since Zidane's return, this is the 15th game since Zidane stepped back in. Real Madrid have scored 23 goals in league play. Karim Benzema has scored 11 of them. He's almost irreplaceable.
In Zidane's eyes, for sure. And been here a long time. 11th season coming into this year, and it's familiarity and that sort of thing, especially in this place. More often than not breeds a little bit of contempt, and he's heard it over the years as well, but when he's playing as sharp as he is today, he is a delight.
Nodded into the middle. Hamas settles, dishes. Benzema tucks it around for his brace.
Magisterial again from Big Benz. Truly beautiful football from Real Madrid in Los Vikingos. Domineering now, swashbuckling, cutting football of the highest order. In this slick conditions, plays into the hands. It's a beautiful ball.
Slips.
Yeah. He's really creaked his neck on that fall. This is unusual.
Ferland Mendy loosening up on the sideline just in case. You can see that if your head hits on a slip like that, it could even lead to a concussion. But as you pointed out, it seems to be more the neck or the jaw that's causing issues. Don't forget, it's also a busy stretch of the year as Champions League on the horizon.
Duarte doing everything he can to stretch every single using his neck muscles to get to it, but cannot. And here's another lovely look at the ex-Envigado man, and again the slow motion does it justice to get to it. It's just an insight into how many options these players have. It's like looking through a kaleidoscope, and one little turn of it, one little touch, one little movement of the body alters the whole dynamic in front of you. That's what they've all got to take in.
Tries to beat a third, though.
Confidence getting to him.
Down the middle, Benzema.
Handball.
Pops up and hits his arm.
Unlucky.
I was going to say the second goal coming off the assist from James. First assist for Real Madrid for the Colombian in nearly 2.5 years, dating back to that victory over Leganés in April of 2017.
Well, he's been away a long time. Right? In Germany for 2 years.
Only had 6 assists that season, though, and maybe one of the reasons that they sent him packing. And again, funny, they keep looking for a replacement for Benzema. They were trying to get rid of Bale and keep James away, and those three have been the most consistent attackers this year. Wide for Clerc, drives it to the spot. Vasquez will get there.
That time Clerc had targets to hit and wasn't able to find one. A lovely ball, lovely switch in the point of attack, that, and the electric man gets it.
Dribbles past the first, but not the second. Miramon
had the space, got to try it there. He's got his defender backing up. There's a cow's field behind Miramon, so he's got to go for it. He won't mind that. James will be looking to compound his interest here today after taking the place of Modric, and he's doing a good job, but still looks as if he's got a bit of refinement to do. Nicely involved again. Lovely football.
handling the pressure well, and James coming back to take a bit of that pressure off.
Tackle.
Getting back to that Benzema tandem of goals, now up to 152 La Liga goals in his career. That's in the top 20 of all time and closing in on the top 10. Just about 40 away. That could be a season away at this rate. Of course, Lionel Messi still running away. 419 and counting, and he'll get a chance to add be a season away against a Valencia, which is in a bit of disarray. That the nightcap in La Liga today. But it looks like, again, that injury bug to start the season will likely keep him out.
Yeah, Messi been out a long time by his standards, up to 6 weeks. With what looked as if it was an innocuous little pull right before the International Champions Cup. It was more serious than what a lot of people thought.
I don't think it's precautionary, basically trying to preserve him for the money end of the season.
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't like being put in cotton wool.
Maybe he's packing his bags for Miami. Kicking the ball away. will give Lucas Vazquez a little card. He laughs it off here, but let's see if that has an impact later in this game. Might have gotten away with a little touch there, but in the center of the park, not so fortunate.
Well, the handball rule now is, take on its own mystical interpretation sometimes. But the laws have been changed. Look out.
Wide for Vazquez. Goes for Vinicius.
Nice
on his right. Casemiro!
Are you kidding me?
3-0 Real Madrid.
Beautiful stripping football down the right inside. Give us a smile, Frenchie. Beautiful balls everywhere. I said at the start of this game, the slickness, the quickness will enhance and benefit the footballing team. Everybody gets in on the act. And Casemiro. There's a lovely turn here from Benz. Lovely consideration here from Lucas. Beautiful lead down the side. Lovely cut back from Vinicius Jr. There's no defending it. They're finding each other in open spaces, and their deliveries are embroidered needlepoint passing of the highest order. And now, after a brave start from Levante, they are dissolving like an Alka-Seltzer in a glass of Newcastle brown ale. Beautiful football from everybody involved.
Again, everything looked to be going so well. Looks like there might be a little bit of a wait here. De Burgos and the game.
Be that ball down that right side, I think, Phil, if anything, from what might have been close to offside, but I don't think it was. And then the final delivery for Casemiro.
There's the ball from Vazquez to Vinicius.
Yeah.
They're checking.
This one right here. He's onside by Luna Miles. What a ball from Vinicius.
And of note, again, Vinicius on the right flank where he says he needs to improve. He's a quick learner.
This is a goal.
Not sure what's taking so long. Maybe it's a little further back. Burgos shaking his hand, shaking his head.
Well, they must be looking at something on the split millimeter level here, back in the truck down by the river.
There, the step.
Lovely ball. Casemiro starts it. Benzema turns. Nothing. Goal.
Maybe the referees in the booth liked the goal so much they just wanted to keep watching it. 3-0 Real Madrid.
I've had to work at this though. The beautiful setups for the goals has been a joy to behold. And Dani Carvajal's exquisite pass for Benzema. James' guile to hold and control for Big Benz again. And then that team stripping football, the interconnectivity over distance, expansive, accurate football from Real Madrid.
Kind of
Gareth Bale, Eden Hazard, on and on. Luka Modric, Ballon d'Or winner. Be a fight to get your place back, but of course going to Paris at the week.
Speaking of that, Casemiro coming out this week and saying Casemiro should be thinking Ballon d'Or. Says the talent is there, why not think big? A little thank you, I guess, from the young Brazilian.
Brazilian goalkeeper's got to be well up there. You're talking about Ballon d'Or, people who deserve it.
Looking for the extra gear. Oh! And just roadblocked to the ground by Duarte. Defenders can't just disappear, but Duarte didn't seem to be shying away from the challenge either.
Oh, nicely. What a pass.
In for Vinicius, it just pops away.
It's a poor ball by Benzema. He knows it this time, but beautiful ball into Big Benz, and just kind of touch it off with the accuracy for Vinicius Jr., who had peeled away like skin on a tangerine from his defender, enjoying himself.
Cleared away near post. Blasted Marcelo.
Oh, what technique!
Blocked by Mayoral.
What a ball! What a hit this is! Please, Mr. Producer, can we see that again? What a rapier hit from Marcelo.
Casemiro with a breakaway saving tackle.
Yeah, and looking at that trailing leg, and you can see why they kept on. Now, is the ball being played? That's what it comes down to, a blink of a bee's eye. It looks from that freeze frame that there's contact on the ball, but how can the camera know it? It's down to truly nanoseconds now.
And
the subatomic level, Phil.
That was about 6 or 7 atoms before the pass from Vasquez,
exactly.
too. So how far back?
Truly not in the... I don't care what anybody... It's not in the spirit of the game. Nobody's looking to take an advantage there of an offside position. But the rules are rules. If it's a quarter of an inch offside, he's offside. That's the other side of the argument. But the days where it was actually written up for what they used to call goal hanging, back in the old days.
Cherry picking?
Those situations are long gone. But it hasn't kept pace with the development of the game. The rules are antiquated, and the interpretation has been allowed to be much more open to debate than what they should be. And it ain't over.
Winding to a close this first half. Opening 24 minutes seemed like Levante might be able to keep Real at bay.
Needs to go outside, inside,
right foot, Marcelo.
Nicely. Oh,
passes the shot.
To pull that one.
Rahal for Vasquez, but asking too much. And that might well do it for this opening half. Good first half at the outset for Aitor Fernandez, till the class of Real Madrid finally broke through.
This crowd nicely rewarded for turning out on this wonderful rain-kissed day, and the applause come down deservedly so. Well played, the Frogs, for the first 20-odd minutes, and gave heart palpitations to the Madridistas, but then Benzema showed up.
A brace for the Frenchman, a goal for Casemiro, 3-0 Real at the half.